life has a funny way of leading us down unexpected paths. And to take me, for example, I'm a self-taught tech enthusiast who found himself navigating the intricate world of information security without the conventional credentials. So I dropped out of college, but I went to the school of curiosity. I devoured knowledge like a hungry student, learning the ins and outs of computer systems, networking, information security, and eventually it has led me to the IT systems auditing. To me, it wasn't just about carving a career. It was about proving that determination, passion, and grit can be the most potent driving forces. And just when I thought I had it all figured out, when things starts going great, life has decided to throw me a curveball. My grandmother passed away. A few months later, my father, my childhood hero, had fallen to aneurysm. And in the midst of grief, the silent battle of sorrow and suffering, I kept telling myself to soldier on, to stay strong, not just for yourself, but for the ones who are left behind. Fortunately, from the depths of that nightmare, I woke up. I began rebuilding, taking each step in my own terms, and things started to turn around. And finally, I found the strength to confront the regrets that haunted me. And in the process, the flame for my hunger and learning has reignited. I found the love of my life, and we welcomed a wonderfully beautiful daughter into the world. As I began to rebuild, life has blessed me with a golden opportunity, a role as a senior information security analyst at Optum. And just when I thought things couldn't get any better, another door swung open. An opportunity to complete a college degree through EDO in partnership with Optum and Inspiro has surfaced. With a mere 5 months of tenure under my belt, I summoned every ounce of courage to approach my manager and said, "Can I apply for the program?" And to my delight, the answer was a resounding yes, not just from him, but from the upper management as well. It is a daunting challenge, but with my newfound determination, I embraced it. Little did I know that this unexpected twist has added another layer to my journey, and not just in shaping my career, but to the very essence of who I am becoming. And as I stand on the precipice of new beginnings, armed with trainings and a wealth of self-discovered wisdom, a journey that has been marked with a loss, redemption, unexpected wonderful turn of events and opportunities, I invite you to join me for a day in the life of someone who has carved a unique path. Welcome to a day that marks not just the end of a chapter, but to the beginning of a whole new story. Welcome to a day in the life of a new senior information security risk manager.
So how did we get here? Let's roll back to 2022. I landed a role in Optum as a senior information security analyst, with supplier or third-party information systems audit being the main task. To set myself up to speed, I did intense shadowing and took specific trainings and certifications aimed at information security and cybersecurity, such as the CompTIA Security Plus, the IC Squared Certified in Cybersecurity, and the Microsoft AZ900. Now, this might seem a bit aggressive, but it brings me a step closer in reaching the risk manager role, which ultimately and hopefully opened doors for me and my family in Canada. So, what is an information security risk manager? An InfoSec risk manager is someone who is responsible for identifying, assessing, and managing potential risks to an organization's information systems and data. But today, we will focus only on one of the many tasks of being an InfoSec manager in relation to the skills development and especially one of the steps in achieving this role. So for the skills development, I took the CISA, or the Certified Information Systems Auditor learning path from LinkedIn's learning portal. This learning path is centered around getting the skills necessary to become certified, from auditing information systems to information asset protection. Now, this training covers five domains. One is the auditing information systems for IS auditors, information technology governance and management for IS auditors, information technology life cycle for IS auditors, IT operations maintenance and service delivery for IS auditors, and lastly, information asset protection for IS auditors. Now, let me take you to one of the daily responsibilities of an InfoSec risk manager, and that is the ATM, or the analyst tracking and monitoring. So this is a one-on-one meeting with your assigned analyst or analysts to keep track and monitor their assessments. This is also a great opportunity to provide them with your insights and advice on how to manage and approach the assessments. Awesome. So before we begin, I'd like to remind you that some of the information here have been redacted purposely, um, as the nature of this industry demands high confidentiality and integrity. So, yeah, let me take you to one of my ATM meetings. Let's go.
Hi Nova, good day. How are you and how's your holiday break?
Hi, Graham. Doing good. And our holiday was just spent here at home, spent with
Mm-hmm.
the family, watching fireworks.
That's good to hear. Yeah, we did the same pretty much. We did have our own celebration here in our village. Most of our neighbors had their fireworks, so we just had to go out and watch. So that was quite a spectacle. Yeah, so it's 2024. It's another year, a whole new year to be excited about, and probably a whole new year of set of assessments. But it is what it is. So yeah, today it's just going to be a short meeting since basically we are going to do the ATM. We're only going to tackle about a couple of assessments, and well, as you might be aware, I am now transitioning to a new role, which is the InfoSec risk manager. And I'm pleased to inform you that I will be your assigned risk manager moving forwards. And we'll have a couple more analysts joining our team, but I'll let you know once it's official.
That's great news. Yeah, congratulations, Mark. Well deserved.
Thank you. Yeah, so there's a whole lot of other people qualified in the team, I believe, including you. So, um, yeah, I guess I was just a little bit, lucky, I guess. But I am really looking forward to working with you and our two other members for you know hopefully for the years to come. And this is going to be our first official meeting, so I'm glad to like welcome you in our team. So yeah, going back to our ADM, we have a couple, as I mentioned. It is assessment record 19297879, and then the assessment record 19319770. All right, so let's begin with assessment record 19297879. Would you mind, walking me through this? Like, what is the status, and are there any challenges you've encountered so far?
Okay, let me check. That's for security assessment 19297879. Oh, okay. So for this one, this is a vendor artifact review, and currently
Oh,
we're
okay.
just waiting for the vendor's ISO 27001 certification together
Mm-hmm.
with their statement of applicability.
Oh, that's good. Did the supplier already gave you this information via email, or was it during a call?
They confirm it via email. Um, they send it as a reply for the TPA request email that I've sent previously to them.
Oh, good job. That's the way to go. And have you already submitted a review start date change for it as well, or not yet?
I'm planning to, but actually not yet.
Yeah,
So,
that's good. It's okay. I think your next course of action is to actually once I believe you already have it, right? Their confirmation that they're going to send it. Yeah. You
mm-mm.
can make use of that email as a justification. Attach that in your request in our SharePoint, and then go ahead in EGRC and then manually set the start date change to their um, commitment date.
Right, wonderful. Let me take note of that, and
Mm-hmm.
that's for me to submit to the start date once they have their ISO and SOA. And
Mm-hmm.
once I receive approval, we'll adjust start date in EGRC. Thank you.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, so all right, let me take note of it here. So your ANS will be on.
Friday, the 19th of January.
Okay, got it. So you are going to send an update on the 19th, and
Mm-mm.
that is this coming Friday. Copy. All right, good. That's an easy one. All right, let's proceed to your other assessment record. It's 1931 9770. So I went um, to check this assessment. Looks like it's already on remediation phase, and we are down to the one remaining remediation item, but looks like it's critical. Um, and it has been a few weeks since. Was there an issue with the supplier's point of contact, or are they pushing back on a requirement?
Actually, yes. The remaining item is for vulnerability management evidence. However, since
Mm.
they had a previously completed penetration testing,
Oh, okay.
currently right now they're insisting that this penetration test um, should be sufficient to cover the requirement as well
Mm-mm.
for this security control.
Mm. Copy, copy. Wow, this is sounding like a recipe for a headache. But as you may already know, this is like usually the nature of the beast. As auditors, we should be adamant, we should be firm on our requirements for the security audit that we conduct. At the same time, we'll have to, acknowledge that there are certain vendors such as this that are a bit, let's just say, difficult to get them to comply. So, yeah, how did it go? Was it on a meeting or was it through an email exchange that they declined or pushed back on it, being already sufficient?
Yes, it's through email, but with regards to the the evidence that they submitted.
Mm-hmm.
So may I know how should I explain it to them or make them understand that we
Mm-hmm.
need to separate evidence for vulnerability management?
Oh, that's a good question actually. Some, I believe some organizations, especially bigger ones, they their information security officers actually knows like the difference between the two. But looks like for this one, we might have to explain to it in maybe simpler
Mhm.
terms. So, well, a vulnerability management or a vulnerability assessment report, it's yes, as it is, it's basically a report. You're going to see a list of all the vulnerabilities that were detected by the assessment. So whether it's scanning tools or a combination of tools and actual assessments, you're going to see a list of all the vulnerabilities that were found or discovered during that scan. So they might use a tool, take for example Qualys, and then for example if they did a quarterly scan, it will show in there like everything. If they have a port that is open, it will show in there. If they have a network that's the SSID isn't hidden, it will show in there. So it will like give us a list of the things that are maybe possible to an attack. However, like on the other hand, a pen test is what we are going to see if this is more of like a targeted exercise or an attack, basically. So there will be penetration pen testers that's going to come in. Um, they could either do a black box method, meaning to say they will just come in that they don't have any idea what the system is, and then they'll do everything in their power to try and maybe penetrate their system. So it could be in the form of SQL injection. They could also do man in the middle attacks, like social engineering. And the main difference is that we may not know what other vulnerabilities that organization will have. As opposed to pen testings, they have a direct method or a direct, um, method of attacking their system. So if they have, for example, discovered that their system is unsecure, they have this port that is open and vulnerable for attacks, maybe SQL injection. Those are the only thing that we can see in the report. However, it will not really show um, like a report of their entire system of which are possible to vulnerabilities. So maybe you can put it that way. Um, you can try and maybe abstract an email. You can CC me in that email. That way
Mhm.
I would check it, see if it's all good. Then yeah, we'll send it to the vendor. One thing to take note of as well is if the vendor would still push back, please let me know. And then maybe we can look at escalation route. So in our run book, it is one of the steps to take for an a we call this vendors that are really non um, compliant. So we can take it up to the business owners and maybe to the SMO team, and then we'll take it from there.
Right. Oh, that somehow makes it clearer. Um, if I don't receive any response from them by the 18th of January, and if they
Hmm.
continue to push back, yes, I will proceed to the escalation route.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
All
And
right,
yeah.
so let me put it down here on the 18th. You
Mm-mm.
are going to the 18th will be your deadline, right? For them to send their evidence.
Yeah, for them to send us the evidence for the vulnerability, or if they continue to push back by that time, so I'll proceed with the escalation route.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Yep. That is the way to go. Let me just note it down here. So on the 18th, we are probably looking to escalate this assessment. Okay, so yeah, just make sure to CC me on those email exchanges. That way I have visibility, and then we'll kick it off for escalation route ASAP if needed be. All right,
Thank you.
so yeah, you're welcome. Basically, Nova, I did a quick check on some of your assessments, and you are actually doing pretty well. So maybe a just an encouragement for you to keep up doing the good work. I know that you're doing a pretty good work as far as I can recall, even as we were still analysts. So yeah, keep it up. And I'm really glad to have you with us in this team. So yeah, if you have like clarifications, if you have things you'd like to discuss with for your assessments, I'd like to let you know that I'm open doors. Feel free to let me know via chat or you can email me, and then maybe we can set up another meeting for us to discuss on it.
Yes, will do. And thank you. Thank you, Mark, for your time. And
Sure,
congratulations,
absolutely.
by the way, for your promotion.
Thank you, thank you. All right, so well, that's it, I guess, for now. Thanks, and yeah, bye bye.
Goodbye.
Yep.
The life design program allowed me to refocus the goals that me and my wife had been setting up for the past few years. Sure, migrating over to a different country or in Canada is no easy task. It is going to be an uphill battle of ups and downs, but it has made me realize and adjust my priorities and my decision making to achieving that dream. And now that I have come to understand better my great odyssey, I feel confident that I would be able to steer my future in the direction that I would want it to go. And if given a chance to turn back the hands of time, I might do a little bit of adjustment, but I would not even dare to change a thing. Yes, it could change my future, but the fact remains that it had made me who I am today. It molded me to the very person that has determination, grit, and perseverance to go over and manage whatever difficulties that may come my way. The fact still remains that the only thing that I can control is me and the me of today. And with this realization, this newfound spark within me, and with God's grace, a bright and a fruitful tomorrow awaits. I can't wait to see what's in store for me, and I thank you for joining me in the life of a new information security risk manager. Have a good day.